Hello everyone, I'm just going to give you a camera video, because why the hell not? So, hope you're doing well. I was rewatching the Sasuke Retrieval arc for like the 100th time, so I think Naruto just needs to come back. It just needs to come back, because in my personal opinion, there are just so many characters you can just tell so many stories with, and I've talked about this so many times, but the more I really dwell on it, it's like Naruto as a franchise could make so much money if they actually took all the characters, or the well-written ones, to give us their own story arcs or things that were never really revealed yet to a character, or foreshadowing about something that happened between a specific character or a clan, but they never really went too deep with it, because Naruto always left us hanging with a lot of details, cool moments of what happened in the world building of Naruto and certain clans incidents, and they never really fully invested everything. Kishimoto, whoever was behind Naruto, didn't really give us everything of certain foreshadowing or different perspectives of the world or what's really out there of Naruto. Like, they left a lot of hanging, right? And ever since the Minato one-shot, it really proves to me, like, and I just made this topic again from my last video from 7 months ago, that Naruto tells more than one story with all its characters. And Minato's manga one-shot was so successful, it's like, I think a lot of people would get me where I say I really do believe Naruto would stand fine on its own without Naruto and Sasuke as main characters, and give someone else a shot of their own story to be the main character. Like, who would complain if Kakashi got their own story arc? Not a mini filler arc, not a mini canon story arc from Kakashi with a couple episodes, like maybe 10 episodes of a whole Kakashi backstory or a certain mission or something like that. It's like, who would complain? Who would complain if we got more backstory on Orochimaru? I understand the less we know about a character, the more secret they'll be, but honestly, every single time we get told that by every character, that just either the creator naturally didn't want to give more about the character or not enough time, the fans will always give the excuse, let things be in the dark and let us use our imagination. But if you rely on that so much, you're never going to get character development for any character if you keep going with that mindset. Orochimaru, who would complain to know more about him, the experiments he's done, him doing so many cruel things to other people? We got that with some a little bit of filler, but not enough. I'm like, the more I think about it, Naruto would be more successful if it just gave us more content, more stories with all the other characters. They have so much potential to work with, you know, the backstory with Kakuzu and the first Hokage. I said half a decade ago, the fact that we never got an Akatsuki movie, which that's the thing about Shonen Jump when it comes to anime movies. They waste so much time telling pointless stories. A lot of them are not rememberable. A lot of movies of shonen battle anime they're not well written, and they're kind of random and goofy and stuff like that. I don't understand it. All the filler that we got from both Naruto and Bleach. And when you think about it, they could have told so many amazing stories of characters that just didn't get enough screen time, or backstories that were just not finished yet. Just a little bit, gave us a little bit of the canon, but not a full story of them. And like, there's so much wasted potential of the Naruto franchise. I feel like you have so many characters to go back to tell stories, movies, and it's just, the Naruto franchise has just been kind of dead. Like, the actual Naruto name itself, just Naruto itself, it's just been kind of here and there. You know, we were supposed to get like the Naruto episodes from like 3 years ago. Didn't happen. We only got the one shot of Minato, which could be animated at some point, but the fans were so hyped about it. They were thinking it'd be cool if we got more backstory and other characters. You know, Naruto can stand by itself with all the other characters telling their own stories. I don't think no one would really have a problem with that, because Naruto and Sasuke's character arcs are already accomplished. They're already complete. But there's so many backstories in Naruto that were just never fully developed yet. And even if we got more in Kakashi, even though his character arc is technically completed, I don't think no one would really complain if we got more of Kakashi. Jiraiya, I would have loved to know more about Jiraiya's travels, you know, all of the stories and stuff that he could have told from different perspectives. He probably fought in other battles. He probably met other people. He probably trained with some other people too. It's like Jiraiya traveled. There's a lot of material you could work with Jiraiya. And I've already said before, Jiraiya in his like late 30s versus Jiraiya and Naruto when he was a perverted old man, I don't consider those characters the exact same. They're just so different mentally. I feel like Jiraiya just went through a downfall as to why, like, he never returned to the village after Naruto was born. He left everything behind. I think it's because he had so much guilt of the kids dying in the war. He wasn't even there to save Minato. He just had guilt, and he abandoned the village, like Tsunade abandoned the village. There's so much you can give to these characters to make the Naruto franchise to still exist, and for people to love these characters again. You know, I wanted more backstory in Deidara of his times being a terrorist bomber before he got recruited to the Akatsuki. He was only like 19 at the time, or he died at 19 and they found him at 17. But you get the point. It's like Naruto and Sasuke's backstories and their goals everything is done with that. There's so many other characters you can work with this franchise that would just make this world expand more. And if Kishimoto, the creator, doesn't want to go back to his own story, which is fine, but I'm just saying, if he was involved more and he put more effort into it, and not giving it to other people to tell stories for him, it would really work. Because we saw it with Minato, and it really felt like Kishimoto never left. He still gave us a great backstory of Minato, and it just felt like he never went down. He still had his game, and it's like there's so much more about Naruto that could have been expanded more backstory, more ideologies, perspective on characters. Really cool if we got an actual movie or a series of the original Naruto wars, of the first Great War and the second. We got some little backstory, but that wasn't enough. I mean, there's so much going on in the Naruto universe that could just really work as a series, as a business, but the Naruto IP has just been kind of dead. We don't really get much of anything. Maybe some games, and like I said, the Naruto anime was supposed to come back, the original Naruto, and we have not got anything since then. But in general, it's just there. The IP is just there, but it's not really being told. It's not really being used as it should be used. And the more I think about it, I'm just kind of sad that you have all these characters that could tell so many great stories, and they just don't do anything with them. Like, you have so many characters that could keep the name alive, but they just don't do it. And businesses always think we only care about the main characters. I think they're aware, but they don't want to acknowledge it. But if you give too much screen time to the main characters, people will complain. People will feel like it's too much main character storytelling. Can we focus on someone else? Because Naruto is known for its side characters to being well written, so well that people wouldn't mind if Rock Lee was the main character back in the day, when people still talk about that. But who would complain if Hitachi was the main character, Kakashi? Who would complain if Orochimaru was the main character of his own story? Like, who would complain about that? Naruto characters are so well written where they would carry the story alone without Naruto being there, because we've seen it with proof of Jiraiya in the Pain arc. Naruto wasn't around for Jiraiya's backstory and the Pain stuff. Naruto was out of that. The Kakashi backstory, we didn't need Naruto for that. And these mini stories are just doing just fine without the main character. And there's not a lot of shows that could survive on their own without the main character being around. Naruto proved to us during its alive days that you don't need them both to tell a story. They had all these amazing characters that had these great backstories that made the story still strong and very powerful without Naruto and Sasuke being around. We've seen proof of that. Who would complain if Pain was the main character? We need more backstory in Pain. Like, I want to see him creating the Hidden Rain Village. We saw him destroy and get rid of Hanzo and all his men, but the actual creation of the new version of the Hidden Rain, I would love to see that. There's so much ideas with Naruto you could do, and it's not being handled. And I don't think we're ever going to get these stories, but I'm just thinking, I'm brainstorming. But man, it would be so good. But let me know. I'm Delix, and have a good day. Bye.